Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Stormzy is a very prominent rapper here in the UK. He's mainstream, a lot of people have heard of him, but that's not what we're interested in at the moment. Yeah, what we're interested in is his interview with Billie Eilish, in which he revealed something startling.
Smile to Jannah.
Do you want to speak with confidence like these amazing personalities? Every single one of these amazing speakers have taken the same program with Brother Muhammad Arshad.
Muhammad Arshad has helped develop all of us.
It's extremely beneficial to do this course.
Definitely recommend this course.
Expect to become a better communicator, understanding the underpinnings of effective communication.
To access the free, life-changing training now.
I'm not on social media anymore. I just deleted everything and came off of it.
I would love to do that.
Yeah. It felt very necessary. Like,
Oh yes, I would definitely class that as something startling, because when it comes to social media, even as a teacher, when I used to speak to parents, they would complain about social media, but then they would also supply their children with a mobile phone and allow them to go on social media and say, you know what, how can you stop them? But here you have somebody mainstream and he's saying, no, I just cannot do it. Because if you think about it, guys, social media is just a place where people look more happier and more beautiful than they do in real life. Yes, I said it. Yeah, I said it. And now you're gonna hear other people, other social media influencers saying the same thing.
We're all sad as hell. All these artists, we're sad as dude.
People have gotten so obsessed with creating a perception of happiness. My Instagram page makes me look happy, but a lot of people aren't really happy.
We have footage of me on camera just like becoming frustrated with having to fake this energy on camera. It put me into like a mild depression.
Giving a selfie because selfies stop the world. You know, they stop life. You then go like that, and it's going on Instagram to give people a false sense of relevance.
Be it Mike Tyson, Logan Paul, Jim Carrey, Elon Musk calling Instagram a thirst trap.
So the problem is, like, Instagram, man, it's just a thirst trap, you know?
Let's look a bit deeper, yeah? We don't want to be those people that are just constantly moaning,
social media this and social media that.
Look, there are a lot of good people doing a lot of good things on social media, but it's like a knife, isn't it? If you use it to cut fruit, it's good. You get one of your 5 a day. If you use it to cut a person, then of course that's the life in jail, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Life is over. Finished. Yeah, life is over for that person. Life's pretty much over for you as well. But if you look at the 3 points, why would people go on social media? For comparison, for validation, and to remove stress, and possibly just because they've got time to kill. But comparison, Theodore Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. And somebody added, and social media is the sidekick. Yeah, so comparison is a big problem. Once you can identify what the problems are, then you can slowly start dealing with them such that the person won't need to go on social media to begin with. Next on the list was validation. Let me read this out because I thought they said it very well. Whatever you want from others, give it to yourself first. Very profound. So validation, even as a father, tell your daughter that she's beautiful and show appreciation to your kids such that they would have heard that at home. So if they go out, no next man is going to come and start chirping up your beautiful daughter because you've already told her she's amazing, she deserves better. You know what I'm saying? And then of course, stress. If the father comes home and is constantly on Netflix, and if the mum's constantly watching dramas, what is that telling your kids? It's also telling them the best way to relieve stress is escape. It's escape. And of course, with regards to timing, people that are just wasting time on social media, well, you got to have a goal, you got to have a why, you got to have a purpose. If you don't have a why, then everything starts crumbling and starts falling apart. Robert Dreek, in his book Sizing People Up, he said that emotional instability can be rooted in 3 things. Permanent, when somebody thinks that the problem that they're going through, it's permanent. Number 2, it's pervasive. Yeah, pervasive meaning they can't compartmentalize. They've gone through something at work. Now there's going to be an issue at home. Now there's going to be an issue online. There's always going to be an issue. Yeah, so permanent, pervasive. And lastly, personal. You take things personally. Why me, mate? Yeah, why does it always happen to me? So if you have one of these three characteristics, personal, permanent, and pervasive, if you take your issues like this, these are traits of emotional instability, and that's something you need to identify and start working on. Okay, so once you know what the issue is, it'll be easy for you to find the solutions, yeah? How, where, who, what, when, where, how? Well, from books, from mentors, from YouTube videos. You can ask the imams, you can study, but once you've identified what the problem is, what the issue is, it makes things so much more easier rather than you think it's a character or a personality issue. Let me go through a few studies. You know what's important about these studies is it shows why it's so important for us to be careful with the sort of information that we consume, because as human beings, we are people who kind of go with the flow. In fact, psychologist Solomon Asch in 1951 said that people are likely to pick the wrong answer if other people have picked the wrong answer, even if they know that, you know what, this is the right answer. There's a book by Jonah Berger called Invisible Influence, in which he says that 99.9% of decisions that we make are shaped by others. Yeah, it's as simple as that, by others. And there's another study, Your Brain is Always Listening, by Dr. Daniel Amen, in which he says that, you know, your amygdala, which is part of your brain, it is in charge of fight or flight. So when something goes wrong, then that part of your brain starts reacting. So when you get run over, that same part of your brain reacts, and when you get a negative comment on social media, that same part of your brain reacts. So your brain cannot distinguish between like intensities. So sometimes something smaller will happen, but your brain still exacerbates it. So look, the impact social media can have, it is very big, and the way it shapes your perceptions and your understanding of reality is very, very important. And that's why when you bear all of that in mind, you will appreciate and you will understand why someone like Stormzy has said, I've had enough, mate. I've had enough. And even he's trying to encourage Billie Eilish to do the same thing. And you know what? It's not just Stormzy. Because if you remember, I did a video previously of Selena Gomez as well, amongst others that have stayed away from social media for this reason. Hope you guys have benefited. Let's leave it there. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.